What's up, my friends? Dr. Bruce here, and I want to talk to you about your Friday activities, your FriYAY activities. No, I absolutely love Fridays because usually people are in a great mood. I'm in a great mood, they're in a great mood, right? As much as we don't want to say people work for the weekend, a lot of people work for the weekend. So there are 4 activities that I like to do on Fridays. Number 1 is making sure that I've reached out to my new leads that come in, right? So whether you had a lead come in on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever that lead came in, you probably reached out to them. Hopefully you've already talked to them. If you have not talked to them yet, on Fridays, I want to, again, call them to make sure that I reached out again to make sure that we can get on the calendar to schedule that meeting. So that's one activity that I do on Fridays, is making sure that I called all my new leads that came in for that week, and then making sure that they're inside of my CRM and updated. Number 2 is I want to look at my vision board coming into the week. So every single week we ask you to fill out your weekly vision board, which is basically visioneering all the people that you want to talk to that week. We like to have 50 people that we target every single week going into the week that we want to reach out and speak to, tied to all these categories of people that we teach you in our 90-day selling system, okay? So that's the second activity. Is there anybody outstanding that we have not reached out to or talked to on our vision board coming into the week that we want to attempt to talk to again today on Friday? All right. So those are the things that we do basically throughout the week. And then looking ahead to next week, one of the activities I want you to do looking ahead to next week is, what events do you have on the calendar that you should be leveraging? All right. So what events, marketing events, whatever it might be that's on your calendar for next week, and is that event ready to go? Do you feel good about it? And can you reach out to other people and leverage that event as a trigger, as really a permission for you to reach out and say, hey, I have this event coming up next week. I would love for you to attend that event, okay? So that's activity number 3 that we like to do on Fridays. And then the 4th and final activity then is just confirming any appointments coming up into the next week. And when I say confirming, it's not saying, hey, I just want to make sure that you can still attend our meeting. It's basically hyping up that meeting. It's not giving them permission to opt out of that meeting. So it's more of like, hey, I'm super excited to be meeting you next week. This is what we're going to talk about, da-da-da-da, right? So it really is like you're serving as your own hype man, your hype person for that meeting. So those are the 4 activities that I do every single Friday, so that I can basically offload this stuff and feel good about going into the weekend. So just to recap, number 1 is, are there any new leads of people that you didn't talk to that you need to reach out to again, and making sure that they're updated inside of your CRM. Number 2 is, coming into the week, was there anybody on your vision board of someone that you wanted to talk to this week that you proactively targeted that you have not reached out to or talked to, that you want to reach out to again today on Friday, okay? Activity number 3 gets into looking into next week. Are there any events that you want to leverage or that you need to make sure are ready to go for next week that you can reach out and talk to other people about, or blast out to your social media, your database for that event? Number 4 then, for that single week going into next week then again, is confirming your appointments, but not confirming them in a traditional, like, just want to make sure that you can still meet next week, but more making sure that they're excited and having key talking points about what you're going to cover. Those are the 4 things you should do every single Friday to feel good about your Friday. And then I want to give you permission to go have fun in the afternoon, right? Go do the things that you enjoy with the people who matter the most on FriYAYs. Have a great week. Have a great weekend, I should say.